Hi, it's Genevieve from the Red Fairy Project. I hope you're doing well. So I got some big news for you, and if you don't know me, then I don't know, maybe you might not care, but at the same time I have a backstory that I think you might be quite interested in. So, and if you do know me, I haven't shared this news with everybody yet, and for me it's really positive, and it's probably not what you think. And I also just want to touch on how it can be important to be open and to trusting life. And I've actually done another video on that a while back, and I will link to it below. I just wanted to touch on it now because I have a very concrete example where life recently surprised me in the most amazing way possible. And yeah, so make sure that if you're not already subscribed, that you either subscribe to my channel. If you're on YouTube, there's a subscribe button below. And if you're on redfairyproject.com, make sure that you're signed up to the weekly newsletter. It's the best way for you to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the content that I share. And I put out a new video every Sunday, and my intention with that is to send it to you on a day where you set yourself up for success for the week and hopefully give you just that perfect dose of inspiration that you need to have an amazing week. So what is this big news? Now, it might not seem like that big. So first of all, no, I'm not pregnant, and no, I'm not getting married yet anyways. So if you know me, you might know a whole history of my personal life and all sorts of, anyways, I'm not going to get into that. The big news is I have a new job! And that might seem really weird to some of you, like, why is she so excited about that? Or didn't she quit her job like 3 or 4 years ago to start her business? And maybe you don't know any of this and you're like, okay, whatever, you have a new job, great. But it is big news, and it's very unexpected news because I did in fact quit my job. I can't remember now if it's 3 or 4 years ago. Anyways, I think it's about 3 years ago. And at the time, it wasn't that I was unhappy. I was just ready for something new, and I really honestly believed that I was meant to start my own business and just move away at that time from the corporate world. So in the last 3 years or so, I have been developing my own business, and I've actually been juggling a few different businesses, and it's been a hell of a ride, and the ride isn't over. But yes, so a few weeks ago, in a very unexpected way, a woman that I admire very much, and I had met once and I had really connected with, reached out to me with an offer I couldn't refuse, basically. I'm not going to go into any of the details, but it was at a moment in my life where it wasn't something that I was looking for. I mean, my business was going well, and I was doing freelancing, and I was traveling, and I honestly thought when I quit the corporate world about 3 years ago that that was behind me. And this is where I want you to think about maybe certain decisions you've made or ways of viewing life or viewing yourself that you might have had in the past where they might be blocking you from really, really amazing opportunities. And to be honest, I could not have dreamt of the situation that I'm in now. And it might sound like, really, my God, like, I'm over the top like describing this, but I'm over the moon thrilled with this opportunity. And to me, honestly, it's not just a job. To me, it's working with amazing people, working with a woman in particular that I'm still getting to know, but she seems very inspiring, very smart. I have a lot to learn from her. I also know that I have a lot to bring to the team, but yeah, and it's just like little details, like the work environment is beautiful, and a lot of other things. Like, basically, it's like all those checks that I would have on my list had I even been looking for a job, they're all checked. And like, even there are a few extra boxes that it's like I wouldn't have even allowed myself to have dreamt of that. And it's like, anyways, I honestly believe that it was meant to be. And it's so funny because actually for a while, at one point, I did start looking for a little bit of work for a short period, and then I was like, oh no, then like other freelance work came my way and whatnot, and then I was like, okay, whatever, you know, business is, you know, freelance business and all that is going well, I'm, you know, whatever, I'm just going to stick with that. And then, as I said, this was completely unexpected. Now, I might have said, well, this isn't part of the plan, and, freelancing is going well and all that. But I started being honest with myself about certain things and certain, like, really key things to my happiness. And I had to, like, think about it properly because it was a big, big life change. And I saw that it was the good fit, like, deep down inside. And so I decided to go for it. So it goes to show you, and once again, I'm not getting into the details, but I've spoken to some of you, especially like I would say on the blog in certain posts, and this is like actually from a while back because it was something that has been in discussion and in the works for a long time. I had maybe even considered, moving to Europe and whatnot. And so obviously when you get a job offer in Montreal, you're like, okay, so what about those plans? So all that to say that sometimes we can be really, really set on a goal, an objective, or we might have this vision of what we need for our life to be complete and for us to be happy. And sometimes life has something else in store for us, and we really need to stay open to that. So this is like kind of like big news slash if I, turn it around and, put it in like from your point of view. Well, yeah, the lesson to take from this is really to be open and to, yes, have goals and, visions. And, oh, I don't have that here. We usually have a vision board in the back here, but I have another setup for my videos, and to have vision boards and whatnot, but to also be open, because sometimes we're afraid to dream big. And we don't think that we deserve, this or that. And you really have to stay open, because if you're open and your mindset is open, then you're going to tend to attract more opportunities. So I had been striving for certain things, and I think for a long time I was quite narrow-minded and focused, and I really thought this is what I need to do and this is how my life needs to be. And then in the last 6 months or so, I'd become much, much more open at kind of like going with the flow and seeing the opportunities that life was bringing my way, and to see, okay, maybe I've been kind of like banging my head against the wall on this thing, and maybe that's not what's meant to be right away. And then just to see, and that's kind of the scary part sometimes, when you're like, okay, rather than you've been focused on this thing for a long time and it's been keeping your mind very busy and whatnot, and you've probably been in action and doing and striving for, and then let's say you realign, you're like, I'm just going to be open, but then there's this kind of unknown area, and that can be for sure scary. But you can learn to be comfortable with that over time. And when you do become open and more at ease and you start trusting life more, that creates a shift of energy within you. It creates a shift in your mindset. And I really honestly do believe that it creates a shift in what you can attract into your life. So I don't know if any of my new colleagues or even my boss is going to be watching this. I don't think so. I've mentioned it to a few people that I have a blog and I do videos, but who knows? So anyways, if any of you are watching this, I love you guys. I've only known you for about 2 weeks now, not even, but I'm super, super excited to be part of your team. And I thank you, the viewer, my audience, for watching this. And do not worry, I am continuing these videos. My blog is my baby. So I was saying in the beginning, I'm not pregnant. I do not plan on having any kids, and that's a whole other subject. But my blog is my baby, and it's something that I really plan on giving a lot of TLC to over the next few years. I'm even hoping maybe to do a redesign. So exciting things to come, both I guess in my my career, but then also on the Red Fairy side. So once again, you guys, thank you for watching. Please let me know any kind of content, topics that you would like me to touch on, anything else that you'd like me to do. Remember also, I'm on social media, so Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, you name it, all under the handle at Red Fairy Project. So make sure that you come see me there, because I'm actually active there every day, multiple times a day, and I share all sorts of stuff, and it's various things on various platforms. So we'll get a little bit of something on Facebook and then a little bit of something else on Snapchat. So I think I'm quite generous in all the content that I share, and then I also just share like funny little tidbits of my life, like my cat, whatever, stuff like that too. So I always try to give you as much value as possible and make you smile at the same time, maybe with a bit of cat lady cuteness and stuff like that. So thank you for watching. Love you guys very, very much, and I will see you next week. Bye.